What's cracking? New setup, new room. Got a mic finally. How about that? Uh, the shit ain't even though. Now it's even. Well, what's the topic for today? Truthfully, you don't want to be a chud. Like this new term, this new word, this this new dialect. It's just another term for loser. A lot of people use it, but people just saying I'm a fat fucking chud. Like fuck this chud life. It's really just detrimental for your health, for all our healths. You know, Today I decided to not to stop using Instagram, at least until I have a project worthy to post, if anything. And I think that's what social media should be like, posting like creative topics, create your something that is important to you. Of course, social media is so it's good for connection, but how much of that connection is real, and how much is that how much of that connection is really just negative, you know? Just because you see somebody's post online doesn't mean you're friends, doesn't mean you know them. Most of the time, you're just stalking people. I've done my fair share in the fairest honesty of life. But what can you do? That's the truth. That's the truth of the matter. Like, I stalked, I stalk people very frequently. Well, there's this thing we're trying to stop, but it's just there. You know, search up their name, public, boom. Stare at a photo for a few seconds, feel bad for yourself, and then you go back to your life. That's not a thing. That's not something we're supposed to be doing. Frankly, we're supposed to be creative human beings. We're supposed to, I don't know, meet each other in real life. But social media has its positives. In fact, this is the one of the positives itself. People who create videos online talking about their life and their experiences. You know, I just love those things. I love to watch those people giving their honest advice. I love that. You know, Evan Brandt, Profound Pondering, the goat that he is. I need to buy his book. Buy his book, guys. I'm not buy his book. I got this whole backlog, but that's just the main thing. And then you go into how social media is propaganda pool. The the main the main deal trying to sell you something, sell you a product, sell you a person, sell you this reality that we don't live in. You know, um, you can see reality outside your window, and it's not very pretty. It's not very pretty. The only thing pretty is the nature that has been given to us and that we should protect, but we're not even protecting ourselves. We call ourselves chuds. You know, when will we stop that? When will I stop that? That's the real question. That's probably the real reason why I'm making this video. It's not only for you guys, it's for myself. The one fan, Anthony Peters, shout out to that guy. What? Uh, he's been through a lot. Uh, I should just dox him. I should dox him. anyway, and we're just together trying to figure out ways that we can improve our lives. Everybody should find a way to improve their life. It just sucks when you're not given the opportunities to do that. You know, pull yourself by the bootstraps is such a reductive phrase. You know, like what bootstraps do you have to pull when you don't have any? You know, I think about this homeless person I met outside my job. Uh, I know his name, but I'm not saying his name for privacy reasons. But I would see him every time I clocked out, and I'd catch up. Like, how are you, man? Are you doing good today? Are you safe? Yeah, I'm doing good. It's like, and he's trying to pull himself up. He doesn't have any bootstraps. He he doesn't have anything to pull himself up from. So it's a struggle. This society doesn't see him as a person. You know, I I wish I volunteered more, frankly. We should help those in need just as much as we want to help ourselves. That's why calling yourself a chud is such a terrible term. You shouldn't be calling yourself that. You sh- you deserve more than just calling yourself a loser because you're not. You never will be. You will fail, but that's just something that happens. And I'm scared of failing. No doubt, I am scared of failing. That is something that makes me distraught, cry, and frankly, want to scream. But it's something that is inevitable. I don't got cut off there. I was like, who are you talking to? Uh, Mostly to the people who sleep to these videos because I know I sleep to videos like these. Yeah, but the word shut. We should go to a conclusion by this point. And honestly, this microphone's pretty cool. It was like $30. This is like a cheap microphone. You ain't gonna like. I went to Walmart. I could not find a microphone like this. So you get the stand for like $10 though. Anybody can be a chef, you know. And just don't use chud. You know, if you want to stop being a chud, just stop saying that you are one. Okay.